Hello everyone, this is the clone special mission on Zeffo. This mission is relatively difficult for some clone teams out there. If you only have 501st, chances are this mission is a hit or miss. Fortunately for me, I just happened to invest in tech for the Marauder because I was trying to get the Marauder to be pretty strong, and it's a very powerful ship in this game. I had tech at Relic 7, so as you can see, tech will be very useful for this mission. The team I use for this mission, I apologize if it takes me a while to get there, right here. So I use 5's lead instead of Rex lead. 5's give a huge defense boost, whereas Rex only gives a slight health boost and generate a small amount of turn meter. Tech, as you can see, is in there for his versatility. Captain Rex for his tenacity down, and Echo for his AoE. Arc Trooper kind of got left out because Rex is providing most of the damage. One thing I did do is I did remod Rex, Captain Rex, for this mission to be super tanky. As you can see, I wanted to go for a good chunk of health because you want this part of his kit, the Lost Commander, to activate, where whenever a clone trooper ally falls below 50% health, they recover 35% health and protection and gain 50% defense. You want that to activate a lot. That's why you want a mod for a lot of health to trigger that. Protection if you can't mod for health. And then a good amount of armor just for general damage reduction. As you can see, my armor is at 65.3%. And that is with a lot of armor sets. I would even go harder on the armor sets if I could. If you mod Braca for a lot of health and defense, you can kind of use Braca's mods over the ones that you need for Seer. You can put those mods on Captain Rex. 5's here. I have him in the lead. Lots of defense. Also, as a bonus, protection over time really does help, especially if the teams get somewhat wiped out in the first wave. And I apologize, my internet's a little laggy. But if the team gets wiped out in the first wave, and well, basically Rex dies and 5's got sacked, you are down to 2 or 3 clones going into the second wave. You can still win, and what's really going to make the difference is Captain Rex surviving, because tech will be under stealth half the time. So mainly you're just trying to make sure Captain Rex doesn't fall, and then you'll eventually get to a point where you're going to do enough damage to the enemies in the second wave where you can beat it. So let's go ahead and face it. We're 27 out of 34 right now. That's actually pretty decent for us. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this mission. Double check the mods here for Captain Rex. As you can see, I don't really have the greatest of mods for 5's. Rex, they're typically Grand Arena mods. Tech, because Bad Batch isn't really used much in GAC, his mods kind of take a hit. So as well as Echoes. So we'll go into battle. The strategy for this battle is the first wave, trying to survive the first wave. As you can see, that big droid in the middle, he hits 3 times harder than the side droids. This droid you really want to control turn meter removal, tenacity down, offense down. I mean, all the shebang, stuns, You really want to control this guy in the middle before you work on those two droids, because this guy can wipe out your entire team. I'll explain each clone's role in this bit, but right here, Fives is acting as the taunt. So we will go ahead. We don't really want to hit the big droid in the middle because he does have that bonus turn. So what we'll do here is we'll go ahead, activate the special ability, and because we're kind of counting on, we'll give it to Fives just for some additional survivability. If you hit this droid with the Ancient Power Core, or any enemy with the Ancient Power Core, you will get a bonus turn. But on the flip side, you also get the Ancient Power Core. And it's like hot potato. You hit them, you get a bonus turn, but you also stun them. They hit you back. The character who had it gets stunned. So you kind of want to save this on a unit that you don't mind getting stunned. But before you do, I would recommend having Tenacity up. And in this case, Captain Rex will get the one. And then I would go ahead and just do a basic and not stun. Captain Rex does have this stun ability, but his AoE is really important. You want to just spam the AoE whenever possible because that is giving offense down, which helps the team survive as well as a basic. And as you can see, during the initial hit, the big droid moves really fast. Doesn't matter how fast you mod your clones, that big droid is always going to take the first turn. And that's why Captain Rex is modded for a lot of defense. Because if he wasn't modded for defense and you don't have Fives in the lead, that hit could crit, and when that critical hit lands, you could die. So we'll go ahead. Don't worry about stunning the side droids. We'll just do a basic here. Alright, and then we'll save the stun here. Remember, we're trying to control the big droid. We're going to go ahead and give another stack of translation. Tech is here for his cooldown ability right now. Giving stacks of translation reduces everyone's cooldowns, which is really useful. We'll go ahead. Fives, his basic can inflict speed down, which again also controls the big droid. And Rex's basic can remove turn meter. Alrighty, we'll just go ahead, do a basic, just focus on the big droid. Now, he already has speed down, so let's just call Rex here to remove the turn meter here, and basic for the turn meter removal again. Alrighty, we'll just go ahead, inflict target lock, try to get some damage on there. We'll go ahead and do a basic here. Alright, and then you know what to do, spam the AoE. We'll go ahead and just keep on damaging the big droid. Turn meter removal. We'll just do a basic. It's basically a double tap since it has target lock. And notice that Captain Rex, not regular Rex, has 3 stacks of translation. Every time Tech does a basic, all the clones with 3 stacks of translation gets their cooldowns reduced per basic that he does. So that is incredibly nice. To gain stacks of translation, you need to do specials, but again, I would prioritize focusing on controlling the middle droid. He has taken a turn, and now it is time to use every opportunity to stun this guy. Alright, excellent, and it's been stunned. So, they're not going to take any chances, they're going to wipe out this droid, and as you can see, the other side droids, they don't hit very hard, it's the big droid in the middle. Alrighty, we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and, since we're doing a special ability, let's go ahead and call Tech. That will give us 3 stacks of translation. And as you can see, Tech, let's give that stack of translation to Rex. And he gets a bonus turn because he hit Captain Rex. Captain Rex did resist the stun, which is really nice. They'll go ahead and also call him to assist and give himself the boon. And then spam that AoE. Now we can go ahead and use the stun because we don't have to worry about the big droid now. It's just the small droids, the side droids that are the enemies here. Again, they're stunned, so there's no really need to stun them again. It's just a waste. Go ahead and call tech. We'll just focus on the droid on the right. Spam the AoE again. Again, this is where tech comes into play. If you don't have tech, you're not going to be able to spam AoE like I do because your tech is reducing the cooldowns very quickly. We will go ahead. I know it's tempting to go into battle. Honestly, we'll just do the damage here. We'll go ahead and just do a basic here. Just keep on working on him. Just do a basic here. We'll go ahead and call tech to assist for the damage reduction, cooldown reduction. We will go ahead and just start saving the abilities here. Not very bad. Stun. And then we will just go ahead and do a basic. Now, sometimes the side droids can hit much harder, or the big droid goes for Rex, regular Rex, and it causes 5 to get sacked. And then you're kind of dealing with a 4-man at the start versus the big droid in the middle. It's a little harder, trickier if you had your regular Rex and Echo die. Tech is under stealth the whole time, so he's not going to get targeted. And the only one deal breaker you need to make sure it survives is Rex. Captain Rex, that is. Not regular Rex, but Captain Rex. He needs to survive. Alright, let's go ahead. That Area Annihilate won't do much damage since only one clone took a turn. We'll just go right ahead and daze everyone. We'll go ahead and call Tech to assist. Give ourselves stacks of translation and taunt. We'll just... This Jedi, the female Jedi, can actually counterattack. This Jedi cannot. So when you don't have daze on this Jedi, the female Jedi Shiata, don't attack her. Just focus on the Jedi Consular, and when you do, focus on her. We'll go ahead and stun her, and then you know what? We'll do some turn meter removal. That way, the Area Annihilate should be able to kill her next turn. Excellent. Alrighty, we'll go ahead, call Tech, and then Area Annihilate. That should kill her. Put the event ability on 5s. As you can see, 5's lead also comes with protection over times effects. As you can see right here, every clone seems to have protection over time. Incredibly nice leadership right here. And it's also another reason why I use 5's lead, because that protection over time is, 5's kit is all about survivability, as you will know here. And surviving it is what this mission is all about. Now, at this rate, you're going to win. There's not really much of a problem. I'm just giving my 3 stacks translation to Captain Rex. And then we'll just keep on calling Tech to assist to reduce cooldowns. But remember, wave 1, you gotta control that lead droid. That's most of the fight. Trying to control and kill the lead droid. Don't worry too much about his heal, because we're just waiting for Rex to Area Annihilate. Also, if your clones get stunned, especially Captain Rex, you want to save at least one of the 2 clones dispel. Both Tech can dispel using this ability, Brilliant Idea. This ability only heals, but I don't think it dispels. The first special, but Brilliant Idea, the second special, can dispel all clones, and Rex can also dispel. You want to save at least one of those abilities in case Captain Rex does get stunned. But besides that, that's for the first wave, and then I'm just kind of explaining Echo again, AoE stun. And there you have it. This mission, definitely a little bit on the trickier side in terms of special missions. I will say remodding Captain Rex really necessary. You didn't see it in this example, but in certain situations where it's going to come down to between Captain Rex tech and maybe one other clone going into Wave 2, you might run into that situation in which it's really, really nice to have your Captain Rex remodded because he's going to be taking a bunch of the hits, which allows your other clones to survive.